Hello! In this video I will show you how to adjust the default template for some certain needs. Let's look what we have already in our default template. We have our place for logo, we have top menu, we have profile. I am logged in already, that is why I can see my name here. We can see here the list of users, some items, two different views of companies. It should be some companies for marketplace, I'm not sure, just some list, and each item belong to own company. So we have a very simple default list. It contains only names and filtrations, and we can use also featured list, and it looks much better. It looks like grid of cards, but for now our focus is about users. So on this public site we can see their name and bio only for each one. We can see this filtration which already exists and it's working. And let's look now on the backend area. I opened this section general. We can see here many different data collections, categories, companies, profiles, tags, items, countries. And now I repeat, we are focusing only on profiles. I open these profiles. We can see the same data as on the public side, and we can see a little bit more interested categories. For example, this guy Courtney Van Dorn, this record profile belong to online courses, business consultants, some categories. I'm not sure if you need it, but just an example. And bio, country, and connected user. User is a record from users. It's special data. It's not so flexible data, but flexible data is profiles. So we will change now the structure of profiles. If I open our task, we are looking at pastor's name, telephone number, email address, picture, calling, sex, single or married, age, region, town, and a place for additional notes. Okay, we will do it right now. I open options and properties, and we can see these fields. Potentially we don't need these categories, but let's leave it for now. Let's don't delete some existing fields. Let's add some fields which are not exist yet. So we need more to add telephone number and picture. Okay, let's do it. I add new property. This property will be phone number. We can see now which types of our fields we can use. It's enough. Very so many different types. And let's make the phone number as a string. We name this field as phone number. We have to put here some description or some prompt for people. So in this description, better to point some explanation why we need their phone number, and about we don't share it somewhere and we will keep their privacy. It's okay. And let's type in the key. And for now we don't use this additional checkbox. Important, it means we can see it in the list or when we see this table. Mandatory, it will be required always, and it shouldn't be empty. Field table, it should be able to filtrate by this field, but it doesn't have some sense. Multilingual, we don't use now more than one language, only English first. It's possible for future, but it's not relevant for phone number. Okay, create property. Now I will add property which is type picture. Picture is always some file, so I choose file. I point the number of this field or property picture. Better to warn them about the size of the picture. Okay, create property. Okay, we need some coding, or but better to name it like title, or maybe you can use bio for it. I'm not sure, but you are free to add or delete different profile properties. Let's add the field of type choice. Choice, it means you can choose only the one option of the list. Sex or gender. We don't need some explanation because it's clear about this property. And we need to add more options for this field or this property. Should be male. Even we can choose the color of this field. Let's my male will be some green option. Female will be some yellow. And I'm not sure if you need some other options. You can choose it yourself. Okay, we can see these options for sex. It's okay. Now we need single or married. It should be also choice. Married is a property, and we need some options for married, like single. Single looks like brown. I feel so. And another option, married. More looks like pink. Create options. Okay, we have region. We have already the property like country. Maybe it will be enough to define a region. If it will be not enough, you will decide yourself which type of region do you need. Maybe it should be a region of some certain city, or maybe it should be a region of country, but it's larger than town. I'm not sure. You can also add the field or property like town, but I'm not sure. Maybe better to use Google data of maps, and if you will point some data from there, it will be enough. Or maybe it will be restricted for only some limited items. For example, if you have only people from 5 towns, it will be enough to make something like choice, like we did right now, but it will be only choice from 5 options. You have to define it yourself. And place for additional nodes, it's easy to make. We will do it right now. It will be multi-line text. We name it nodes. Okay, we created. Let's look how it works from default template. If I'm logged in and if I see my profile, I can create my personal profile because I have only my name and email, but if I have to fill in more additional data, I have to create my personal profile. I can see this web form, and what I can see here, I can see these categories. Let's leave it as we agreed before. Maybe we will change just some categories, and maybe we will need this for different purposes. Okay, we have bio, tags, countries. We can choose this country from list, or we can even try to type it, for example Ghana. Okay, we need now our new fields, new properties, which we have just added now, and we need for it our site builder options. I open this in a new tab. I open our files, and now I open the template which is responsible to show personal profile. Site builder is not no code part, it's more better to say it's a low code. But when you have this skeleton, you don't need to fill to change everything here. You don't need to type or to build something like code, like full code. It will be just enough to change something what is already exist. For example, this name and email fields, it's enough to keep it as is. And below we can see uh, how properties are shows on the browser. So it's not so difficult. We can see the field, the area for categories, area for bio, area for text, country, Twitter URL, etc. And let's make our additional field. What I do now, very simple. I copy paste the existing field, and only I will change to make it about what I need. Phone, maybe phone number, okay. And this is a link, we don't need this link anymore, we delete it. And now we have to change only the name of the field. This this field names Twitter, and our name, our field name names phone. I copy, and instead of this Twitter field, I put phone. It's additional tag. Okay, I will do the same for next field. Instead of phone number, it will be picture. Okay, but for picture, and for the picture we have to point the HTML tag which names image. Image. Okay, then we copy again this code, and we change it for sex. Okay, I already changed this template, and only for notes as multi-line text I use this function markdown, but for others properties it's not so difficult. Okay, I have to save our changes, and now I have to change the template which is responsible for profile edit, like edit web form. Don't worry, it looks like a full code, but you don't need to, to write some code. We only just have to add additional properties which are not exist yet. It will be font, picture, sex. Let's look to don't forget merit and notes. And notes. Well, and notes. And we have to repeat all these fields 3 times to show it in the form. Copy. 3 times we have to change it in this form, and save it also. Okay, let's look how it works now. Now I will create personal profile again. I press it, and what happens, we have already our new fields, new additional fields. Phone number. Okay, I will point this my file number. I choose my file. I choose my sex, and I can point some additional information and submit. Okay, I can see these my fields. And here we can see only their array, JSON array. And okay, I will change it right now. It will be easy for us because I back to edit the profile, personal profile template, and instead of just sex I have to point just like this, name, and save. And let's look our changes. Okay, now we just name male. So anytime we can, I am as user, as registered and logged in user, I can edit my profile data anytime I need it. For example, I can point my country, I can point my text, for example, my categories, and I also submit this data. Let's look now how to handle it in this list. We can see in this list only filters which already exist. Maybe we need different filters. We will see. And I don't need I need more than just name of people. Let's look at the template of which is responsible for to show users list. Let's go to this template, and easy to search it because it names just users list. I open it, and let's look on the section which is responsible to display. We can see here erdict name, its username and bio. I will just copy it, and I will just paste it, but I will use now the tag which names paragraph, and instead of our name bio we will show sex, I copy it 3 times, and I will change just the name. Okay, I've already prepared it. Only I have to show image, picture, sorry, picture as an image tag. And for nodes we have to use also markdown property. Let's save it. Okay, let's look how it works already on the users list now. Now we have already my profile and we can see my additional properties. That properties are not exist for other users. We can change it in our management system for our other users, and I will show you a little bit more something interesting. We have these filters which already exist, but for us maybe it should be interesting to have filtered by male, by sex, and by married or not married. I will show you how to handle it. So we are going to our backend area. We make this field or property sex. We go to edit it. We go to show it is important and filterable. And the same we do for married status. Is important and filterable. I open our profiles and I can see it's already filterable, but only my record is belong to this field. Sex and married are filled for me only. Let's change it for other guys. Male, for example, single. Okay, save. Already we can see some changes in our filters and counters. Okay, I've changed it for all records or for all profiles existing. We can see our now the difference. We have 4 males and 3 females and 4 single and 3 married people. I can filter it right now. For example, I need males and only single. We have to see, we can see only two records. So let's look how it works already on the public side. We can use the same filters. For example, we need only females and we need only single females. Okay, our result is right. This view is not so good, but not so hard to improve it a little bit using existing design theme. I can show you how to make it in the next video.